because the violin doesn't like to have to do these arpeggios movements. But lots of the Welsh folk music is written for the harp. So we technically have to catch up with the harpists, because the harps can play it, and we have more difficulty of playing it. Not good. But this next one has a bit of that arpeggio part. It's called Pont Clerai. I have to look at the music because I don't know all of them. I very often make my own music up as I go along. But I'm trying to play proper folk music today, so I'm looking at the music.
That's our cancellation.
Oh, you sort of cancelled.
This is Bevan. Bevan, can you tell us something first of all about the instrument that you're playing?
Well, this instrument is called a mirror. Its origins are from Zimbabwe.
And how long have you been playing it for?
Actually, I've just recently started learning to play this.
Joking.
It's I'm almost 2 years now.
All right. You seem frighteningly good for that short time. Right. Okay. So you're from Zimbabwe?
I am from Zimbabwe.
How long have you been in Wales?
I have been in Wales since 2002.
All right.
And well, I came to Wales and I loved Wales and stayed.
Did you come straight to Wales?
Look, when I came I stayed a couple of months in London,
Right.
and then from London I moved over to Wales there.
Right.
And I think because I found the environment easygoing and people very friendly, and I just came. Ever since then.
More so than in London.
More so than
Yeah, I think most British people would say that way. That people outside London are much more ready to have a chat with you and talk. So you found that.
That's what I found very welcoming.
Yeah.
In Wales.
Well, that's really nice to know, as we live in Wales.
Yeah.
Really good. Is this the first refugee Wales, week Wales that you've been to, or have you been to the others?
Last year I was here as well. I did some storytelling last year, so
Right.
this is the second
Oh, great.
time I got involved in refugee work.
And what does the week mean for you?
Well, to me, when I think of Refugee Week, I see it as a time for us to ponder and think about all the wars, all the desperate circumstances that are making people flee their home countries and seeking sanctuary somewhere else. And me as a performer, I see Refugee Week as well as a time for me and all other refugees in the country, a time to show what we can bring, our contributions to the countries that are host us.
Yes, because the sad thing is, if you talk to the average person in the street, they're always talking about what you get out of this country. They don't talk about what you contribute to the country, and I think that's sad, because it's a two-way process.
It all boils down to one thing, education and more education and more community cohesion. That way we will build a better community through more cohesion, more activities that promote community cohesion. Music, events, even this week, that kind of thing is what I feel is the way forward in educating everybody to know and understand.
Yes, yeah.
Appreciate. Yeah.
Do you play any other instruments?
I can play drums.
You play drums, great.
Yeah, and very soon I think I've got myself a keyboard.
Oh, great.
Yeah, and I am still using one finger at it.
Well, I've got to start somewhere.
Yeah, you got to start somewhere. But I play these instruments to accentuate my storytelling. And at the same time, when I grew up as a little boy, I lived with my grandparents, and in that little village where I grew up, we had no electricity at all. So the only form of entertainment that was available to us was storytelling.
Yeah?
Yeah, so the grandparents would tell stories and they would ask us to retell them after they'd done that.
Yeah.
And the only instruments available then were the liras, the drums, and hands as well. You can make instruments from anything, from
absolutely.
To accentuate the storytelling and so on. So that kind of environment, I grew up in it as a little boy.
Very creative. Really, really creative.
Oh, thank you so much for that. Yeah.
Thank you very much, Ben, for having chat with us. This is Sally Hassan, and he's been entertaining us with the oud over the last 20 minutes. Sally, how long have you been in Britain, and where did you come from originally?
My name is Sally Hassan. I'm originally from Palestine. I came from Syria. I'm here like since a year and 9 months, so still new in Cardiff.
How do you find Wales?
Wales, I can say it's a very lovely, friendly community and people, and I can feel like, for somehow I feel home.
Right.
Yes, the people are really very generous and patient and willing, and welcoming the newcomers and foreigners. You can feel that this community is still fresh, with loving heart and amazing. I can say really amazing.
That's really
This is
good.
my personal experience.
Right.
Maybe because I'm also some good man.
Yeah, you're right.
So I see
right,
good people all the time.
It's very interesting because it's a sort of recurring theme that we've heard from most people that we talk to. That they've come to Wales. One or two started off by being in London, and
I visited places out of Wales, and no, I feel home.
yes,
Really,
I think
the place and the people and everything.
I think the interesting thing about London is I love to go to London because I like going to art galleries and things like that. But the people there keep themselves to themselves, and I think most British people find that with Londoners.
Yes.
And it's you come to a place like Wales and it's a bit more friendly and open.
As you said, in London there is no time for people to stop for you.
Everything's-
It is train, quick train,
yeah.
everybody is going to his work. But here they can stop, they can hear you to the end,
Yes.
and they can smile to you and give you all the support you need.
Yes.
Even if it's verbal, with this nice smile, at least they have time for you. So you feel humanities
Right.
still flourishing here.
Yeah. If you're in a pub or a cafe here, you can sit and talk to somebody you've never seen before.
Exactly.
If you start talking to somebody in a pub in London,
Friendly,
they'll look
they
at you
can
very
be
strangely.
Who are you?
Yes.
Why are you talking to me?
Yes. How long have you been playing the oud?
I play oud really all my life.
Right.
Nearly like I can say 30 years of my life. But here in Wales, I got the opportunity to be like a specialist a little bit and to concentrate. It was like hopping. I just love to do it anytime when I have a spare time to waste it. But here started to be my profession.
Right.
I got the help and the support and the stage. So I felt more responsible to update and to upgrade my knowledge about the music. And this is like the fourth opportunity for me. I have been in Shatta Art Center.
Oh yes, right.
And in the Gate, and in Saint Fagin Museum.
St. Fagans, yeah.
Fagin, and in Central Cardiff Central Library.
Yeah.
So that's really amazing and lovely opportunities for me. And
So, what does Refugee Week Wales mean to you?
Refugee Week, let's talk about the first one. It was like the first microphone, the first voice out, to speak to the community and to express and to let the community know that, hey, we have refugees. We meet with the people. We show them our talents, our professions, like music or whatever we have, to let them welcome us more and feel of us more, and to let them consider us part of this community and this future, to look to us as partners, as supporters, as a new color to this community.
That's right.
Mixing that color, making a mosaic, that's lovely. As we receive British people in our country.
Yes.
We love to see foreigners in generally, from wherever they come, so welcome of them. And here, I can say, in Wales, I have this. They're already giving us this feeling like, hey, how are you? What are you doing here? Do you like Cardiff? Do you need any help? You're fine. That's what I can say. The Refugee Week makes us meet and connect with the local community.
And with each other.
And with each other, even as a foreigners, to hear and to meet, like Palestinian community. I'm very happy today. I met first Palestinian lady here. Hey, I hear that there's a Palestinian Oud player, so I wanted to come. So I felt again home, and not like foreigner or stranger or something like that.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Sally Hassan, thank you very much for the interview.
I thank you for the interview. Thanks.
This is Amy from Women Making a Difference. Amy, could you tell us something about the organisation and the sort of work that you do?
We're a charitable organisation, and the aim that we set up to do is to increase the amount of women, particularly in decision making. So the idea being that women are over 50% of the population, but when it comes to decision making, for example, we're only 27% of councillors, and when you go up then assembly members, we're only 40-odd%, MPs, even less. There's 2 out of 40 Welsh MPs that are women, so the stats really start to differ. So it's really, really important to ensure that there are women in decision making, and that's the kind of things we try and do. So we offer courses to try and offer women the skills, the opportunity to feel confident to be able to take on those positions, to build networks, to do some mentoring and role shadowing on particular positions, and just generally anything that they think that they need to enter those positions. And particularly women who maybe have additional barriers. So women from ethnic minority backgrounds, women who have disabilities, because again, it's really important that decision making is reflective of the breadth of society, otherwise democracy isn't working.
Yeah, I mean there's quite a contentious issue at the moment, isn't there, in Wales, about all women shortlists.
Yes.
I don't know how you feel about that.
I think it's exactly like you said, a very contentious issue. I think I would say from a personal point of view, I would never want to feel that I was given a job
just because you're a woman.
Exactly. However, time and time again, the case has proven that all women shortlists do work. So I think it's starting to be just the way. And there's a perfect example of one of the LFWales assembly members that I spoke to recently said that she was a twin and she's a woman, and back when she was in school and she did the 11 plus, the side for going to grammar school, they actually lowered the pass rate for men because they were getting more girls than boys. So historically, we've always had that promotion to ensure there's enough men where they think they should be. Yeah. So is that not just the same thing for women?
I agree. Yeah, I mean, it's just one of those. My first gut reaction was it should be the best person for the job. Yeah. But I can see the point you're making, which is how do you get women? I suppose education and encouragement to do that. And
unfortunately, I think a lot of it is networks, and so that's where women tend to fall short, because whilst they may have the right skills, the right personality, the right opportunities, they might genuinely be the best person for the job. Quite often maybe they don't know the same people, they don't have the networks, and people tend to hire people that they feel sort of similar to. So for example, if there's a lot of, say, white men in a job and they're interviewing, they'll tend give it to someone like them. And so unless there are enough people making the decisions who are even, they'll always, you know, replace like for like.
Yeah.
So how do women get in if we're not there to let ourselves, to open that door for ourselves, really?
It is remarkable that it's still an issue today.
Completely.
Yeah, my mother was in the post office. She was a postmaster in Manchester, and she was really heavily involved in the equal pay for women. I mean, that was 1950s.
Yeah, and we still have a gender pay gap.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Not as bad as it was then. It was ridiculous then. I think she earned 30% less than the nearest man doing the same job.
Yeah.
But it's still poor.
Yeah, there's normally every year they sort of studies are released, and there's a date around sort of October, November time, around October, that in theory that's the date we stop getting paid for. So for example, if a man and woman were doing the same job, the pay would be less. That literally the woman would work for free for around the last 2 to 2.5 months of the year. That's how it sort of evens out. So if someone said that to me, would you work for free for the last couple of months?
No, the answer would be no.
Yeah, exactly. So do the same job should be get the same pay, but obviously it's just exactly like you said, an issue that's still very much there.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, is something that we still need to work on. And the Assembly itself had 50-50 representation in Assembly members when they started, but now it's dropped. So, and they did a huge, you know, push for that representation. So it seems that unless we keep on at it, unless we keep ensuring that we promote the women and allow them those opportunities, it is just going to slide backwards.
Yes, yeah.
And I think there's countries like Rwanda, for example, that have the highest percentage of female decision makers out of the whole of the world. So when you think of countries like Rwanda can achieve that representation, why can't we?
Gosh.
Yeah.
That does surprise me.
Yeah, it's always so we're in the world list. The UK is way behind. You know, there's obviously a lot of Scandinavian countries that are higher as well. So yeah, we're nothing to be proud of in terms of our gender representation in Parliament. So I think it is, Rwanda can do it, we should do it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and so for us as well, you know, being part of Welsh Refugee Week is great. A lot of the communities that we work with, we want all women to feel part of that community and that decision-making process. And being, you know, an asylum-seeking or refugee woman is just as essential, and for their views to be heard in that decision-making process as well.
So you find Refugee Week Wales a good platform?
Yeah, because our programme is open to any woman in Wales. So you know they're able to access our courses, our training for free, just as much as anyone else. We offer free childcare, free transport costs. Because for us, they do also need to feel part of their community. And, you know, one of our phrases, if you like, empower a woman, empower a community. So if we can empower the women, they'll help their families, the knock-on effect to their communities and to Welsh society as a whole is just endless. So we're going to, empower the world.
Yeah, well, the best of luck.
Thank you very
Amy.
much. It's lovely to meet you.